Hello and welcome back to Car Talk. I am Shantanu Nag, your host, and today we are with the much awaited Tata Punch. Now many of you must have already seen this car online or in the showroom, and that's why we will start this video with the drive review. For the driving part, we drove the Tata Punch across the city over 100 kilometers to find out the real world fuel efficiency. So stay tuned to find out what real world fuel efficiency did we get for the Tata Punch. So we have just filled the fuel tank of the Tata Punch to the brim, to the auto cut level, and we will reset the trip meters so that we can see the actual distance that we travel all through. So we started our journey sharp at 7 from Delhi. Currently it's 7:30. We are at Delhi-Haryana border at Gurgaon, and we have done about 20 kilometers since then, and according to the display, the fuel efficiency that it is returning is 19.9 kilometer to a liter. Now we are using it in automatic mode. In between we shifted to the manual mode of the AMT transmission. Also, we have been using the AC all through the journey because it's quite hot, and since it's early morning, the traffic is not as crowded as it supposed to be on the around 8 o'clock around the office hours. But still there are a very plenty amount of cars on the road, and we are not doing this journey very smoothly. So we are stopping in between, we are following the red lights, and that's why this figure of 20.2 kilometer now, it's very good. So since the time we started talking, it has increased the fuel efficiency. In the end, we will fill the fuel tank again to show you the exact fuel economy of this drive. Now we are continuing our journey. We are close to 30 kilometers, and the fuel efficiency reading on the instrument cluster, it has increased to 21.7 kmpl. As you can see, we are cruising at 70 kmph. In between, let me tell you something about the car, some information about the car and the engine and the transmission. So it is powered by the same 1.2 liter 3-cylinder naturally aspirated petrol engine, which also powers the Altros and a few other Tata cars in the Indian market. It generates a maximum power of 86 PS and peak torque of 113 Nm. With both manual and AMT that we are driving right now, you get a 5-speed transmission, and Tata claims that the AMT transmission, they have changed it a bit. They have added some sensors which will sense the altitude of the region where you are at, and that will tune the AMT transmission in a way that you don't feel the lags. So we can't test that right now, but yeah, that is what Tata claims. Apart from that, the drive of the Tata Punch is very pliant. We have been through the city roads and bit of the expressway part also. Currently also we are on the expressway, and we are, as you can see, we are cruising at 70. Changing lanes is not a big problem, so there is not much of a body roll. There is body roll, but it is very controlled. So when you do this at high speeds, you don't move around much, you don't lose your confidence much. So that's a good part. On the straight lines, it stays very stable, it's very pliant. The steering wheel, it weighs up as you increase the speed. At the lower speeds, when we are going through the city traffic levels, the steering was very lightweight. I could move the car around the roads very easily, and on the highway it has become well nicely weighed. Now coming to the ride quality of the Tata Punch, it is the same platform as the Altros, so the quality of the ride is almost the same. It gets a higher ground clearance of 187 mm, which helped us through a lot of bad roads. It didn't touch the underbody, didn't touch anywhere. We will do off-roading too with this car, so that will come in a later part. But if you're tackling the city potholes and city roads, the Tata Punch will be perfect choice. Apart from that, the comfort, the seats are very good. The driver's seats and the co-driver seat get nice side bolsters, which keeps your body in place. It doesn't let you move around much, so even during a long journey, I'm sure that these seats will be as comfortable. We have crossed the 50-kilometer mark since these filling of the fuel tank, and according to the instrument cluster, we are getting a massive fuel efficiency of 23.6 km to a liter, and that's very good, very amazing, especially in these conditions when there is a lot of traffic on the road. Apart from that, I also want to tell you about a few features of the all-new Tata Punch. As soon as you sit on the driver's seat, you will get a very similar dashboard that you get in the Tata Altros. Also, it's a dual tone dashboard. It's all hard plastic. There is no soft touch parts around here. You get a 7-inch floating type infotainment system. It gets Android Auto and CarPlay. However, there is no wireless connection. You also get navigation. You also get the word 3 words, the typical Tata navigation system with the infotainment system as well. Now coming to the instrument cluster, you get a 7-inch display here and the analog speedometer. This instrument cluster is exactly the same that you get with the Tata Altros as well. The steering wheel, it's a flat bottom steering wheel with nice grips, and the material on the steering wheel is also nice to hold. It gets multi-function buttons on both the sides. The steering is adjustable only for height, and you cannot move the steering telescopically. Apart from that, it gets automatic climate control AC. The air condition, it's very powerful. I must say, we are currently at 24 degrees and the cabin is extremely cool. You do not get the rear AC vents here, and maybe that's why Tata has made the air conditioning unit extra powerful. So guys, we have covered 95 kilometers since the start. So according to the instrument cluster, we have completed this distance in about 1 hour 46 minutes. That comes to the average speed of 54 kilometers per hour, which is quite exceptional, especially if you're doing it during the commute time hours. Currently it is 9 AM and the roads are full of the commuters, the city traffic, and because of that we can't use the 5th gear, the 4th gear and the 5th gear much. We are stuck at around 2nd and 3rd, and because of that the fuel efficiency has dropped drastically. It is now currently showing 22.2 km to a liter. We will complete the 100-kilometer journey and we will take the car to a fuel station. We will fill the fuel tank to the brim again to check the real life fuel efficiency of the Tata Punch. So guys, we have completed a journey of around 103 kilometers. The fuel pump is around the corner. So according to the display, it is showing 22.4 km to a liter. However, we want to fill the fuel tank again to the brim at the auto cut level and check out the real world fuel efficiency that this Tata Punch AMT offers. The final fuel efficiency figure, we will tell you that by the end of this review. But before that, let's explore the Tata Punch and how it looks and what all features does it offer. Now the Tata Punch actually looks like a mini Harrier, as many of you have commented in the pictures. It gets a solid grille up front. This is a plastic grille with 3 punch holes in a tri-arrow design. The horn is located just behind these punch holes and it extends to become the DRLs as well as the indicators. The main headlamp cluster is located down below here and there is a fog lamp as well. Tata doesn't offer body colored bumpers in any of the variants, and that's why it also gets a black solid bumper which extends to the sides as well to give it a very masculine, a very bold look. On the side, the first thing that you notice is the 16-inch alloy wheels. They look really good in real world. The body cladding, it keeps on continuing on the side and it goes till the end of this car. On the side, this is the dual tone color of the Tata Punch. You get A pillar, B pillar and C pillar all in black with a black roof, and the body color is on the lower part. There are not many design elements in the Tata Punch. You get squarish wheel arches, a flared wheel arch as well, and a few strong body line creases that adds a bold muscular look. Now, one interesting part that the Tata Punch gets is the rear doors. The rear door handles, they are hidden on the window sill, so it gets a very nice clean look from the side. Now let's go behind the car and see what all Tata Punch offers. Now at the rear, the first thing that you get to notice is the tail lamp. The design of the tail lamp is very interesting. It's not a split tail lamp. However, Tata has designed a wraparound design that extends to the side of the car and it looks really good at night, and even in darker conditions with the tri-arrow elements, they glow up beautifully. Again, the rear bumper is all black. To give it a solid look, you get a Punch branding right here, and as Tata always offers with all its car, there are a few Easter eggs here on the windscreen as well. Roof gets an integrated spoiler, and that's about it for the Tata Punch and its rear. It's a very clean design, it's a very solid design and does look like a mini Harrier or a mini Safari on the roads. When you see the Tata Punch from the outside, it may feel like a small car, but it does offer a lot of space. I'm currently on the driver's seat and there is a good amount of headroom. There is a lot of space between my head and the roof. Plus, there is a lot of space to keep your things around. Like, there is a big cubby hole right here to keep your phone, but there is no wireless charger. You get two 12 volts charging sockets as well. You get a glove box. It is a cooled glove box and quite deep as well. And on the four doors, all the four doors, you get big bottle holders and spaces to keep umbrellas as well. However, a few things that are missing from the Tata Punch, since this is a top-end variant, you do not get an armrest, a central front armrest, which is quite a big miss, especially if you drive around on longer routes and want a comfortable position. Other few things that I noticed in the Tata Punch are the exposed metal. You will see the door frame from the inside all over. Since this is an orange color car, you will get to see the door frame from inside all over, and there are also visible welding marks. Even the IRVM is mounted on a naked shell right here. And another thing that you do not get with the Tata Punch is a luxurious, a premium cabin, because Tata has only used hard plastics all over. Even the lighter tone plastics are hard, and the upper dashboard, the side, all the touch points, they are all hard plastics. Now the front seat of this Tata Punch is adjusted according to my height. I am 5'10", and as you can see, there is ample amount of space between my knee and the front seat, and there is ample amount of space to move my feet around. The central transmission tunnel, there is nothing here, it's a flat, so you can just retract this armrest here and make the third person sit here. And since there is also no AC vents here, there is a lot of space around, and you can also see the clear view of the outside cabin. Feature wise, you do not get rear AC vents. However, Tata has made this AC so powerful that you will feel cold after 3-4 minutes of using this AC in this weather. Currently we are in Delhi and the temperature is almost 40 degrees here with a lot of humidity. Apart from that, you get more space around here. You get space behind the seat pockets, you get space on the doors, and you get this retractable headrest, which are very useful. The third passenger doesn't get any kind of headrests though. Now let's check out the boot of this Tata Punch. Now Tata offers a massive boot space of 366 liters with the Punch. You do get a deep loading lip, so you will have to really pull up your luggage to put it in here, but there's a nice amount of space around here. Tata has even provided a factory puncture kit. If you pull up this board right here, you get the spare wheel, and it's a good amount of space for the Tata Punch to pack a family luggage for a weekend trip. Now that we have come to the end of the review, I will reveal the final fuel efficiency figure that we got with the Tata Punch AMT. We drove this car through the city traffic and the highway, as you've seen in the video, to reach the final fuel efficiency figure of 17.2 kmpl, which is quite good for a car with AMT transmission and a petrol engine. My colleague Bani Punia, he took the manual version of the Tata Punch to a majorly highway driven fuel efficiency run, and he got more than 26 kmpl, which is phenomenal for this car or any car from this segment. Now for the end of the review, I must say that the Tata Punch is a well-rounded product. It drives well, it has decent amount of power, it has good capabilities off the road, and you will never get stuck if you're taking the Tata Punch to extreme conditions. Apart from that, the only thing that we now want to know is the prices. Tata has always played the price game very well, and they are really winning in the market with their sales figure. With the Punch also, we think that the Tata will price it very aggressively, around 2 lakh less than the Nexon. What it will be, we will get to know on 20th of this month. So stay tuned and keep watching Car Talk channel and post your review about this video, about this Tata Punch drive, and do let us know your thoughts about this car in the comment section.